Have you ever been talking about something that's really useful and thought, that's a great idea? Let's hit record so we can share this with everyone. If you're looking for best practices for your bank or credit union, join us while we talk all things sales, marketing, and strategy for financial institutions. Let's make it happen with FiGrow Solutions.
Hi there. I'm Meredith Olmstead, the CEO and founder of FiGrow Solutions, and I am here with Ida Burr. Ida is our digital ads manager, and we were just having a great conversation, and we wanted to hit record and share it with you all. So we were talking about why more money isn't always better and how to save money with social media ads. And so this is kind of weird. It's counterintuitive. You would think that the more you spend on digital ads in the social media space, the better they would do. But Ida was just explaining to me how that's not actually all the case. So we decided to hit record and talk about this. So Ida, this is kind of like a mystery, very counterintuitive. So if we have banks or credit unions out there and they are looking to run ads in the social media space on Facebook or Instagram or other social media, why is more budget not always better?
So with our clients, a lot of the time they have a pretty limited audience as far as like membership eligibility. So we look at how many people are in that zip code or in that county or in that area. And that kind of dwindles down the audience a bit. And by a small audience, that could be 1 million people. You know, we're not talking about like 1,000 people in an audience or something. 1 million people sounds like a lot, but the way the Facebook algorithm works, depending on the objective you pick, they're only going to select like, you know, the top 20% of that audience or something. They're going to pick the people who they think are going to convert on that objective. So 1 million people quickly goes down to, 200,000 or less, depending on who they pick out of it. So that being said, Facebook will spend pretty much any amount of money you throw at them. So, you could spend $50 a day on a campaign, but if you're showing the same ad to the same person 10 times a week, that's not really an efficient way to spend your budget.
Gotcha. So Facebook doesn't slow down it doesn't like meter out the budget or like expand the audience. Then it'll actually show like the frequency of your ads can go way up and with your spending when it goes way up.
Absolutely. Okay. And that's one thing we've noticed with clients a lot is I've added frequency into our columns in Facebook Ads Manager, and I keep a close eye on it because Facebook will just spend your money,
So if you do reduce your budget on Facebook, if you say you're spending, $3,000 a month on Facebook, but you decide, you know what, it's been a little bit of a tight year. We'd like to reduce our budget to $2,000 a month on Facebook and Instagram ads. What's going to happen to those ads when you reduce your budget?
So I have a theory about this. We have in the past reduced budget for clients, and like say for example we reduce the budget 20%, we'll notice a drop in the average cost per result, a pretty significant drop, and then we'll only see like a 10% drop in overall results because the cost is cheaper. So what I think happens is the less money you have, the more efficiently Facebook spends it.
Interesting.
So of those 200,000 people you have in that audience, they're now only going to pick the top 5% because that's all your budget could cover. So it's almost like it makes the ads more efficient. So you do end up losing traffic, but it costs less at the same time, and you're reaching a similar amount of people too.
Okay, interesting. So you've actually seen that when you drop budget, that like your cost per click, for example, will go down.
Yes. And some of our clients with the least amount of budget, they tend to have lower cost per click as well, which is very interesting to me. So again, it's kind of my theory. This isn't proven science or anything, but I feel like sometimes less budget could actually drive traffic at a lower cost.
Okay. So if say you have a customer or a client and they are like, well, we've got more money to spend. We want to spend it in the digital space. We want to drive more traffic if we can. We want to increase our budgets. Where do you think that they should be spending their money then? I mean, if it's not on Facebook and Instagram ad placements, at least the standard ones that you're talking about, where would you recommend that they spend their money on the digital space?
Yeah, so we actually break out our campaigns now. We create campaigns that are newsfeed, Facebook newsfeed placement, and then we create completely different campaigns with completely different ads for the Instagram story placement.
Interesting.
That way
Okay.
you may be getting, the same people in some, like in both of those placements, but they are in different apps altogether.
Okay.
And the Instagram story placement tends to skew younger. So
Okay.
by creating ads in separate campaigns for both of those placements, you're kind of doubling the amount of exposure you can have. And that you too can reach younger audience, people who aren't on Facebook as much anymore. They're using Instagram and the Instagram story.
Gotcha. And if people feel like they've maxed out their Facebook and Instagram budget, they're not adding more to that budget doesn't really make logical sense. Where else in the digital space would you recommend increasing ad spend?
Absolutely. So I definitely believe that pay-per-click is the best option if you're looking for like conversions and for new potential customers and members. So if your social budget is maxed out, I would take anything left over and bring it over to pay-per-click and set up some campaigns there.
Gotcha.
Social media is really, really great for driving awareness of your brand, awareness of your product. But Google is really where you get those conversions from.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Google is not like Facebook because if people aren't searching for your keywords, they're not going to spend your budget. So even if you increase the budget in pay-per-click, it may not get spent. And then you can create a new campaign. So say you have one campaign for auto loan, one campaign for mortgage, and you're not spending your budget, you can create another campaign, around checking accounts or around CDs or whatever other product or service you want to promote.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we pushed record on this. We hit record on this. We've got lots more on social media on our Fi Growth Academy courses. So if you want to learn more about what FiGrow does, visit us at figrow.com. We'd love to have you join Ida and I. We have some courses on social media and also pay-per-click. So if you want to learn more about running those kinds of ads, we have paid courses on those. And we would love to have you join us in Fi Growth Academy. So thanks so much, Ida. I really appreciate it. And let's go make it happen.
Thank you.